Welcome to the Port City. It's signing day here on the Eastern Michigan Insider. I'm Greg Center. He's Alex Jewell. We've got a fun one in store for you. Alex, we are on location for signing day,
That's
first
right.
time in school history, and more importantly, we're at the Mobile Carnival Museum. What an atmosphere.
It's unbelievable. Look at this. We are on an actual Mardi Gras float right now, Greg. We're joined by some very special guests. And by the looks of their smiles, they're already appreciating the Eastern Michigan signing class that was able to put pen on paper today and make their commitment to join Eastern Michigan in 2022. Greg, it's a good class that we're going to talk a lot about, but you mentioned it. Being down here in Mobile, we're on site because Eastern Michigan this year is playing in the 2021 Lending Tree Bowl. That game will take place on Saturday, December 18th against Liberty, a good program. And as you play these good programs and continue to play high-level games, we all know that the roster needs to be really ramped up and good. Eastern Michigan feels like they added to an already good roster today on National Signing Day.
Certainly did. First for us, there are 7 individuals that signed letters of intent today and or transferred into the program from 6 different states. It was an early morning because they could start at 7 a.m. Eastern time, so that was 6 a.m. here. So an early arrival for us to get to the hotel and the makeshift war room that Coach Creighton created. But when all said and done, it's quality over quantity, as you'll hear from Jeff Collette talk about, but a fun atmosphere and a good room that they were part of this morning.
It was a really fun atmosphere, and I think it just brings again, another level of energy when you're doing it from a bowl location. Because, Greg, as a lot of us know, Eastern Michigan has not gotten to play in postseason games too many times in its history. This will be only the 5th game as a Division I school, only the 6th in school history. And so what does it say about the program, the kids that you're recruiting, when you can call them today? We're on the 17th floor of the team hotel overlooking Mobile. What a wonderful city we're in. And you can say to the recruit that's about to sign, hey, listen, when you come to play for Eastern Michigan, you know what you're getting in the program, you know what you're getting from coaching staffs. Oh, and by the way, we're playing in postseason games. We're doing all this fun stuff. Our kids were at the beach yesterday. I mean, what an atmosphere. So being here alone can be a recruiting tool, nonetheless, no doubt. So what an atmosphere, what a day that it was for Eastern Michigan and their staff. And I know we've got a lot of really good talent to talk about.
Certainly do. Without further delay, let's get to the talent pool. And it features some defensive guys, some offensive guys. Let's start on the offensive side of the football. In a running back position, they're able to get from the great state of Michigan, staying in their own backyard, and get a kid from Grand Blanc, and that's Elijah Jackson Anderson. Let's take a look at his highlights.
Well, I'll tell you what, Greg, you see the highlights from Elijah Jackson Anderson. You understand why Eastern Michigan is so excited about what he can do. This is a kid that, by the way, has turned down offers from a lot of other prevalent programs to make Ypsilanti home. So with that, who's going to be opening up the holes for him when he comes to Eastern Michigan? Well, there's a couple of guys, and we'll start in the Show Me State with Joshua Anderson, an O-lineman that signed today with Eastern Michigan.
Let's stay on the offensive line and the return of the Mac. It's Maction time. It's Mac Indestead.
Let's wrap up the offensive side of the ball, and we know that Eastern Michigan has had really good success in the tight end room as of late. Well, this one in Max Reese is going to be really, really good too. Over 1,700 yards receiving this year, Greg. So let me stop talking. Let's take a look at Max Reese's highlights from Elmhurst, Illinois.
Let's flip over to the defensive side of the football. I know Coach Nethery is excited. Coach Needham's also excited to get a defensive lineman. They will bring in Malik Bogard. Let's take a look at his highlights.
Eastern Michigan went down to the Sunshine State and really over to Boston because they got a new signee from Boston College. He'll transfer in the linebacker position. Let's take a look at Joe Sparacchio.
Last but not least, they go into the Buckeye State, a guy who's already played Big Ten games. He will be bringing his efforts from Michigan State, and that's Chase Klein. Let's take a look at his highlights. Well, you've seen them all, so now it's time to hear from those in the know. We take a quick time out. We'll come back with Jeff Collins, EMU's Director of Recruiting, after this. You're watching Eastern Michigan Signing Day.
Give Rise is an opportunity to give to our current students and to our future students to enhance, enrich their experience.
Give Rise means to me an opportunity for Eastern Michigan to continue to grow on the path that it's currently on as a great university. It's an opportunity for students to really develop more as if they would have before, so I'm really excited about it.
Give Rise means to me a great opportunity for us athletes to use the facilities, just to know that someone supports us and knows that they care for the program and for Eastern.
We've moved outside of the beautiful weather here in Alabama. We enjoyed the Carnival Museum so much. We'll be back there to wrap the show up, but we bring in Jeff Collette, EMU's Director of Recruiting. A whirlwind time. They've been having to close out a year, prepare for a bowl game, recruit, everything else under the sun, and this guy's been at the heart of it all, making sure it all happens. What a day.
Oh man, it's what a day after a busy 2 weeks and even a 2-year process for a lot of these guys that we've been recruiting. And I know Christmas is a little ways away, but today we celebrated in the staff room like it was, and we're just excited to bring these young men into our family.
Jeff, congratulations on another great recruiting class. And this one, though, is a little bit different because of the numbers-wise. People at home may be watching and saying, usually I'm used to seeing 25 names or so. Today was only 7, but there's a good reason for that.
Yeah, the class of 2022, my heart really goes out to them because, they are feeling the brunt of COVID. And with last year, everyone receiving the extra year of eligibility. And, our roster's in a really healthy position, and we wanted to do it with integrity and not sign spots that we didn't have available like a lot of teams are doing now, and we didn't think it was fair, to the young men and to their families, and especially at our program. So, that's a reason for the low numbers, and we preach quality over quantity this year. So we're excited with the 7 that we brought in.
The numbers are impressive. You look at them, 6 states, 7 recruits, the highest ranking in the Mid-American Conference per recruit, a 83.77 average, far and wide. This is a class that if they can play, you'll find them.
Yeah, we're super excited, and they're really talented, and Coach Creighton charged our staff with going across the country to find guys who fit what Eastern Michigan football is about, and we found that in our home state with Elijah Jackson Anderson, and we found that throughout the Midwest and even across the country. So we're excited about those guys, and like we say, perception is reality, and those rankings are all perception. So talented class, and we're excited to get them into the family.
Well, we know that the ranking number doesn't mean everything. Max Crosby, somebody, for example, who maybe was under-recruited, but then, of course, we know what he's been able to become, and that says a lot about the staff that's here in place. But it's also great to know that talented players from all over the country want to be a part of Eastern Michigan football and what's happening here. But maybe more so than the talent on the field is the intangibles and what these players bring off the field. That's something Coach Creighton really focuses heavily on, the type of human being that's being brought to the program. And I know you've got some interesting facts about this group, because really there's a quite impressive stat in there about the leadership qualities that these kids have.
Oh my gosh, all 7 guys were captains of their high school team, and one especially was a captain on the defensive side of the ball for his college team. And we talked to our guys about being impact men and guys that want to make a difference in their life for the good, not only in their lives but the people around them, and to truly contribute to the team and to the family we have here. And we're excited. The guys have proven and shown that they can make a difference and they can be leaders in their high schools, and we are thrilled to have that joining us here.
It's not an easy process to pull a signing day show off on the road. We've jumped through some hurdles to make this happen. We can't thank you enough for being here, but before we let you go, we have to ask, February will come soon enough, what are the plans between now and then to continue to make this team better?
Yeah, we consistently and constantly go back through and evaluate where we are with our roster and positions and areas of need to improve to be able to continue to win. And we've got a few more pieces that we're going to add to the puzzle, and people will be excited to see them when we do. And so we're going to keep that close to the vest. But February will be here soon enough, and we can't wait to let people know who's going to join the family.
Well, Jeff, we can't thank you enough for joining us. Again, congratulations on a great class. I know you've got to get back to practice behind us in Alabama. Greg and I, we're going to visit with Coach Creighton on the other side of this and talk about the class from his perspective and all that's going on with Eastern Michigan football right now. You're watching the Eastern Michigan Football Signing Day Show. We'll be right back.
When you think about making somebody else's life better, no matter how big or small you decide to give, every little bit matters. When you give, you're allowing somebody else to rise. Do anything you possibly can. Just make somebody else's day better, make somebody else's life a little bit better.
Most of us are underdogs and maybe haven't had a clear path or an easy path to get to higher education, to get a degree, but Give Rise is an opportunity to come alongside to help our student body achieve those dreams and those goals.
Our signing show continues here from Mobile, joined by head coach Chris Creighton. What a day. You practice, You get to sign a new class. Can't ask for anything more.
It's been a great day. A lot going on. We're in Mobile, started the day overlooking this great city and the water, and got some really neat phone calls from guys that we've been working on for a while. And super excited about them being a part of our team. And then our guys got to do some activities, and then had a great practice out here, beautiful weather. We're excited.
Coach, we talk about signing day all the time, and I know for you it's a really, really important day to think about the future of the program, but also how much your players already have had an interaction with the players that are yet to come. And you get so excited in the mornings. Not many people are jumping up and down like you at 6 in the morning. Why is it such a big deal for you to personally get to welcome those players into the program when they sign their national letter of intent? Because it's a really big day in their lives, isn't it?
I think that we just end up reflecting about that as a staff. We all went through it. All of our guys go through it. You're a senior in high school one time. You make a decision about where you're going to go to school. My daughter's going through that process right now, and where you're going to play football. And, the guys that we're talking to, there's lots of places that want them to do it at their place. And, we built a connection. They fit us and we fit them. And so when you find that and you look, starting in state as close as we possibly can, and then branching out into the contiguous states in the Midwest, and then some satellite spots. And then, as you know, we have guys from all over the world on our team. But when you find the right guy and the family, it is, and you realize what a huge day it is for them, and it's a huge day for us. You can't help but be excited about them joining our family and getting this special day that our country, college football fans anyway, realize the importance of it, and so we celebrate.
We talked to Jeff Collette earlier, and the big thing he emphasized was quality over quantity. We know COVID played a big part in the number and why it's only 7, but this is a very impressive class despite not a great big number.
Yeah, well, the number is actually, we think, a compliment. We had our guys who got the extra year wanted to come back. And I think that matters in college football. Culture matters. Loving where you're at matters. And so we had guys who, all of them, wanted to come back and be a part of it. And so we welcomed them back. And therefore, the NCAA did not make arrangements for the 22 class. They did last year with the seniors, but now it's just kind of figure it out. And so, it really has hurt the 22 class in terms of numbers. And, the transfer portal is really kind of taking a lot of that blame. Mm-hmm. And it definitely shares, some of the repercussion. But, when you invite an entire class back, someone's got to pay for it. And I think it's the class of 22.
This class, though, does feature a really good mix of players who will be true freshmen in 2022 and a couple of players that are going to utilize that transfer opportunity to come here and play at Eastern Michigan. And you talk so much about relationships, whether it's with your current players, your staff, these recruits as well. I'm interested to know from that transfer perspective. A lot of people may think, well, you just meet a guy for a few days and then he signs onto your program. And in some cases that might be true. But there's some guys in this class that have had relationships with your staff for quite some time. And it really shows how important it can be to build that with a high school student, even if they don't choose you initially.
So Joe Sparacio down in Naples was at Boston College, and we were his first offer out of high school. And Coach Nethery built a relationship with Joe and his family, and they ended up calling us, when he decided to move on. And so however many years it is, 4 years or so later, he's going to be with us in January, and can't tell you how excited we are about him and, the opportunity he's going to have here to be a part of what we're doing. And then the other one with Michigan State, with Chase, Coach Bulla had an opportunity to coach him there and is on our staff now. And, when you have someone for Chase and for us, we both know someone really well, and that person is saying, this is a great fit, for you and for you, it can really kind of expedite, the process. And so relationships were key in both of those. and I think they always will be.
Final few minutes here with Coach Creighton. You look at this class, you're trying to piece it together during bowl prep. How much fun or trouble has it been at times to focus on recruiting and bowl preparation?
Yeah, you know, fortunately we've had to do that a couple times now. So when we look back and pull up our practice schedules in just the month of December, you know, we do have some calendars to look at. We've done it this way before. We haven't had a signing day off campus before. This is our first time we've done this.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. First time it's been at a Mardi Gras museum. Greg and I did some segments there. So
no, so that's been great because we can't be with them anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not in their homes or at their high schools. You're not allowed to be. So that's worked well. And then you know, being a smaller class, you know, we didn't feel as though we missed out on as much of the recruiting, and we're able to do both things. I will also tell you this, you know, our seniors and just the maturity of our team, you know, some of our graduate assistants and stuff ran a couple practices, OTAs while we were gone, and I think our team took that on as a challenge, and I think those are probably some of the best practices we've had. So it's worked out well.
Coach, I almost hate to ask you this question because I know you're someone who doesn't necessarily believe it all lies in the recruiting rankings and the recruiting services and whatnot, but knowing that a lot of our viewers and a lot of people all over the country do value those numbers, to hear that your unit this year has the highest overall recruiting class in the Mid-American Conference in terms of player scale, 83.77 on average per player. To hear that and know how that number's grown, and just to think about the fact that really talented players, not only in your state, but all over the country, have taken note of what this program is doing and want to come spend time here. What does that mean to you?
That's awesome. I mean, why wouldn't they? You know, I mean, it's a great institution, and we're the farthest thing from perfect, but we got a really good thing going in our program. You know, coaches care about the players, players love each other. And, you know, we're all sort of bound by, you know, this deep purpose, man. And so we just have a blast together. We're having a blast this week. And so why wouldn't they want to come and be a part of that?
It continues. Signing day will come back in February. We'll see what he has up on his sleeve for then, because you always have something coming up in February. But for Coach, he's time's precious. He's got to get going. Alex and I go back to the museum to wrap the show up when we return to Mobile after this.
Give Rise is an opportunity to give to our current students and to our future students to enhance, enrich their experience.
Give Rise means to me an opportunity for Eastern Michigan to continue to grow on the path that it's currently on as a great university. It's an opportunity for students to really develop more as if they would have before, so I'm really excited about it.
Give Rise means to me a great opportunity for us athletes to use the facilities, just to know that someone supports us and knows that they care for the program and for Eastern.
Well, we're back inside the Carnival Museum here in Mobile. We cannot thank Judy Gulledge and her crew here at this fine museum. We hope that you, when you're in town, come visit it and take a look at all the sites. Not everybody can pull off a headdress or a hat like this.
I'm trying to stay balanced. This thing is so heavy. I'm moving side to side. The good news is I thought I was going to take off like a kite, but it's so heavy it's not going to happen. But you're right, Greg. What an awesome scene for a signing day show. What an awesome city that we're in. Oh my gosh, it's starting to come off anyways in Mobile, Alabama. And what an awesome day for the Eastern Michigan football program. 7 new Eagles will join the squad in 2022. But first, Greg, an important week for the program this week to play in the Lending Tree Bowl and bring home that first trophy since 1987.
If you want to check out Mardi Gras, you too can come down here on Friday night. There'll be a parade, floats, and everything you could ask for, maybe even some beads too. We hope you join us as Eastern Michigan takes over Mobile. The port city has been great to us. We hope it's even better come Saturday afternoon when Eastern Michigan's holding a trophy and bringing it back to Ypsilanti. We hope you've enjoyed our signing day show. So for Jeff Collette, Coach Creighton, the man in beads and a headdress, I'm Greg Steiner saying thanks for tuning in. Until next time, enjoy the show, enjoy Mardi Gras, and let the good times bowl.